Hi there, my name's BlaksleeMasters and I am a fourth-generation farmer here in Sugarloaf, Pennsylvania. My great-grandmother was Hazel and my great-grandpa was Waldron. My maiden name is Frederick, and the farm started back in the early 1900s as a dairy farm. It is now owned and operated by my parents, and we primarily raise grain. We have about 2,000 acres of corn, soybeans, wheat, and oats. We moved back here just over a year ago, and so I've decided to kind of diversify what I do on the farm. I've started a horse boarding business and I offer riding lessons as well. My husband, Raleigh, works on the farm full-time with my father, Dale, and 2 hired men. And then my mom primarily is doing the bookworking, and I'm learning from her and through the skills that I've learned through AgBiz Masters. This year we have a little over 800 acres of corn going on, and for the first time ever this farm was able to have a second planting of soybeans because of our extended warm weather and longer growing season. So that's been kind of exciting here as we come into fall. I just wanted to spend a minute talking a little bit about the fact that Raleigh and I, up to last year, were not living on the farm or even in the country. We're both really strongly based in cities. I was in Philadelphia for the past 7 years, and Raleigh had been living in Denver, Colorado, Savannah, Georgia, and Philadelphia. I'm so honored to be blessed with this farm and to be able to continue the grain operation with my husband into the future. So I brought you up here to one of 3 ponds that are on the main farm here. We use these ponds primarily for irrigation. We were doing potatoes for a long time. Still might continue them in the future, but we've not produced any this particular year. However, they require the most amount of water from the ponds. But I also brought you here because this is where my husband and I got married. We had our ceremony overlooking our pond, and it's within sight of the main barn buildings and the house. And I brought you here because I think the one thing that AgBiz Masters has really helped me to do is to talk about the next generation, how Raleigh and I fit into the family farm. We were here since last April, and going through the coursework at AgBiz, I was able to bring home some hot topics to kind of speak with my mom and dad about throughout the course, and really find out a way that Raleigh and I could fit into the farm so that we didn't feel like we were just stepping in without a clear defined purpose. I felt it was really important for me to have some role on the farm. I've always worked off-site of the farm when I was growing up, but living in this area, I really wanted to maintain myself somehow here. So I started my own horse boarding business. They've always been a passion of mine. From the time I was 5 years old, I was on a pony, and I'm able to use our existing barns as my horse stable. Which was nice to keep the bottom line down for starting the business. In terms of financial planning for that aspect of my life, AgBiz helped as well. I was able to start my business plan and have a structure to my purpose. I have not needed to apply for loans for anything yet. Everything that I started with, I could afford out of pocket. I mostly built a riding arena and put up some high tensile fencing around the property. But that's something down the line that I would like to expand as it gets bigger and grows. And I credit AgBiz Masters for giving me those tools that I had never had in college. My major was marketing, and AgBiz was able to give me the tools that I needed to feel like I have more confidence going in and expanding my own personal business. In terms of the main farm, Raleigh has transitioned very well. He spent a lot of time with my father discussing his role on the farm and what his job responsibilities would be. And again, I credit AgBiz Masters for helping serve as a platform for those discussions.